Welcome back. Now in this video tutorial we are going to be looking at how we can do mock-up for our flyers. Okay, now you have been able to understand why it's important that you know how to do flyer mock-up. I have explained in the previous tutorial why it is important that you know how to do mock-up, because it helps you to be able to make sales. Okay, so now let's get to it. So how do you design, how do you create mock-up for your flyers? All right, now there are three different ways of actually doing mock-up. So but for this tutorial we are going to be focusing on doing mock-up with pixellab. All right, so let's get to it. Now I'm going to bring a flyer. So let me just get a flyer that I'm going to be using for the mock-up, a flyer for the mock-up. Okay, so let me say I am using this flyer, for example. Now this is a flyer for my mock-up. Now for mock-up we use certain tools in pixellab. So I'm going to show you those tools right away. Now the first one, we use what we call, okay, you see this guys here, this rotate and this 3D rotate, we use it. Then we use perspective. Okay, we use that also. We can also use, where is it, occasionally too, we use this too. We use opacity, and then we use color filters. Okay, so I am going to be showing you how to use these tools for our mock-up. So let's say this is a flyer mock-up, so this is like a portrait. Okay, so now the first thing I want to do is, okay, let me show you the first one, which is the easy one, building it from scratch and all by yourself. So what I would do is to actually, I can rotate. So that is where rotation comes in, and I can do that by just now when you want to rotate, you are actually working with this particular edge that has, this particular curve. So that's the one you are going to be using to move it. Okay, so I have this now. Now let me go and change the background of this. So I don't like that background. Now in choosing a background, in choosing the color of a background, okay, so what you do is to look for a minimal color, the most minimal color used on your flyer. Okay, so let me change the color. So now I clicked on this. Okay, since I am using the background, so I click on, let me go back. Now I clicked on this icon here. So that's what I clicked on. So you click on it. So when I click on it, then I would select color, this one here. So you click on this color. Okay, so I'll pick on this color. Then now let me use the color that, okay, so I want to select color from the flyer. So I'll come to this plus button here. So I'll click on it. Then I will click on this particular thing that looks like a pen. Okay, I'll click on it. Then I will select the flyer. This is the flyer, so I'll click on it. Then I can now look for a color there. So let me touch here. I think I have a color here or here. Or I want something bright, so maybe something like this. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, great. So I have this particular color. So now what I will now need to do is to go and bring shadow. Now shadow is another thing that we use a lot in our mock-up, flyer mock-up. Okay, so let's use the one we have in pixellab. So I'll go to this icon here, so click on it and then look for sticker. So this is stickers, so then I'll tap here. Now bring this sticker here. Now let me adjust it. I compress it like this. Okay, then I'll give it a black color, so that way it becomes a shadow. Okay, where's the color? Okay, black color. Great. So now with this, now I can bring it here. So let me take it to the back, or I should just take this flyer to the front. So let me take the flyer to the front. Okay, so I can adjust it to suit whatever I want. Okay, so something like this. That's a mock-up. Now let me make it. Let's make this straight. So that let's make it look like as if it is floating. I'll bring this one here like this. Okay, so this is another way of doing mock-up. Now I can as well make it to look as if it is lying flat. Okay, let's try another trick here. This one looks like as if the fly is floating. Now let me go and use my perspective. Let's use my perspective. Okay, let's start with rotation. Let's use 3D rotation first. Okay, now something like this. Okay, now something like this. Can bring this one here. Okay, see this? This is also great. So these are ways by which we use shadows to actually mock up our designs. Now another way you can do is to go back to Google and then get a template. So let's look for a template. Okay, let's see flyer mockups. So this is also another way of doing this. Flyer mockups. Okay, so these are various flyer mockups that we have here. Okay, let me see. Various flyer mockups. Okay, beautiful mockups here and there. So let me see. Okay, let me just download a few of them to show you. Okay, let's look at this one as well. Okay, let's go and use those two. Now, let's go and use them. So, let me bring in the first one. Bring in the first one, this one here. Okay. Now let's say this is a. All right. Let me just make it big like this. Okay, I'm going to bring my flyer up to the front. Okay. Now, let me remove the 3D effect on this flyer. So, turn this to 0. So I turn this to 0. Okay. So what I will do is to adjust the size to be like this one. Then I will go and apply my, so this is where we apply perspective. So there's perspective here. Okay, this perspective. So I will enable it. Okay, then I will drag the tips to the tip of this one. Drag the tip of this one to this one as well. Okay, drag the tip of this one to this one. And then, of course, the tip of this one to this one, like this. So you just adjust it very well. Okay, this one, the tip of this one to move this. Okay, the tip of this one here. Okay, let's see. You see that? So this is also another way of doing mock-up. Okay, let's try with another one. Let's try with another one. Let's use the second one. This one here. So let's see how that will go. Okay. I think I want to change this background to that color as well. So that you can see the beauty of it. So okay. That's, let me go and change it. So you know how we do the changing before, so that's where we'll change this one to. So let me just click on this. Okay, okay, okay. So it's is this one I want to change? Sorry. Okay, so I don't get confused. Let me just delete this. Let this go. Let me delete this. Okay. Now, let me not go and change this color. So, I'll give it this. Where is that thing? Okay, this one there. Okay, okay. Good. So, it's looking like it now. So, I can enlarge it so that I can have that design. Let me enlarge it very well. Okay, I think this is good. So, now what do I need to do? So, let me bring that flyer up. So I'll bring the flyer up. This one, let me bring the flyer up. Okay. Now the flyer, where is? Okay, let me bring it to the front. So I will now reduce it. Okay, unfortunately, now this one is a square flyer. So let me go and get a square flyer. Let me get a square flyer so that it can work very well. So, there are you. A square flyer that I'm going to be using. Square flyer. Okay, let's just use this. Let's just use this. Okay, something like this. I'm not comfortable with this. I think something went wrong with that. Okay, so let me go and pick another one. Let's just go to, let me just go to any of this and pick. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, this is good. Now I want to reduce it to be like this, exactly like this one, yeah? Okay, so I will now apply my perspective. Where is that perspective? Okay, this one, enable it. Now I'm going to start with, okay, this one, yeah? Okay, then this one should be somewhere here. This one. So just be placing them on the edge of those designs. On the edge. On the edge of those designs. Okay. Now, let me duplicate this. Duplicate. Let's duplicate this. Yeah, duplicate. So now, that's going to apply perspective again, yeah? So this one, I'll put it here. Then this one here. Okay, I think the other one should be here. And then this one here. Okay. Like this. This one should go up a little. Something like this. Okay, so you just make sure you align the edge and it's perfect. Okay, let's see. Okay, look, something like this, and okay, I can now decide to make this one. Let me alter the color of this one so that they don't look the same thing. Okay, let me make it black and white. Something is still showing outside there. So let me adjust it a little. Okay, so let's see if we can make it. Let me adjust it a little. Okay, let's say this one is like this. Ta-da! Do you see that? So this is how to actually do mock-up of flyers like this type. So there are two different ways of doing it. You could start from scratch or you could just use a template. So I hope that is very clear. See you in the next video.